on former President Trump's mind. Merrick Garland, the former president, now claiming the FBI seized documents protected by attorney, client, and executive privilege and calling for them to be returned. He also says the FBI knowingly overstepped bounds. Is he correct? Joining me now, former assistant U.S. attorney, National Review columnist, and Fox News contributor, Andy McCarthy. You have a great article on this because you really call balls and strikes. The president, former president, did have the power to declassify a lot of stuff.
Right.
But maybe in his mind, declassification also meant ownership.
Yep.
That's not necessarily the case, is it?
Nope. Declassification doesn't mean ownership. Privilege doesn't mean ownership. There's all kinds of stuff doesn't mean ownership. And a lot of the things he's talking about in that regard, like he says, I think I have attorney-client and executive privilege documents. Now, in the White House, those privileges kind of meld because whenever you're dealing with an issue with, like, White House counsel, it's an executive matter and there may be attorney-client privilege that applies to it. But the privilege has nothing to do with the disposition of the property, of the ownership of the property. And we kind of know this because last year the January 6th committee asked the National Archives to take the Trump records that they had, and Trump went into court to try to fight that, asserting privilege. The fact that he didn't have those documents didn't mean he didn't have the privilege. But similarly, the fact that he has a privilege doesn't mean he gets to keep the documents. The government's position is the documents are the property of the government.
And that's one of the issues. Like, when you're president, you're not a person, you're a thing. And when you're a person, you feel a sense of agency and ownership, which,
right,
you don't necessarily get to enjoy while you inhabit that specific public office. So much of your life is now public property. Having said that, and you made a great case for this, it's like, I bet he took some stuff he shouldn't have, and I don't think you can rationalize or excuse that. But I think the overreach by the FBI has been very disproportionate. Where do you stand on that?
Oh, well, to the extent that they teed this up is they were very concerned about classified information.
And national security.
If you look at the warrant, which is a very short, the description of what they're allowed to take, they are allowed to take under that warrant every scrap of paper that was generated by the Trump administration from the day he got inaugurated till the day Biden got inaugurated. Every scrap. It's not at all confined to classified information. And I think the dirty little secret that they don't want to come out and say is that the Presidential Records Act, which changed our assumption in the 70s, used to be the president's materials were the president's property. After Nixon, they said it's government property, and that's the Presidential Records Act. But when Congress enacted that, they didn't put any criminal law provisions in it. And you're supposed to have a crime to get a search warrant. So they have another crime that they think they could attach to this over removing or concealing government documents, and they stitched that together and they created a new crime, which prosecutors
I guess that's my problem with it.
Yeah.
And we don't know the full picture yet, and that's why it's hard to really flesh this stuff out. But it looks like an investigation in search of a crime, and that's not the way the justice system is supposed to operate in this country, and certainly not an unprecedented raid on a former president.
Yeah, well, I think I know what crime they're searching for. So, I mean, all of this is done in the context of frenetic activity on the January 6th investigation by the Justice Department, and it's inconceivable to me that they have all this activity around the Mar-a-Lago search, but the Mar-a-Lago search, which targets the guy who they're looking at for January 6th, somehow doesn't have anything to do with January 6th, so I'm not buying that.
Do you think that the judge will unseal the affidavit on Thursday?
No.
Me neither.
Nope.
I wish he would. I want to see everything.
Yeah, but in the middle of an investigation, they're never going to give you something that lays out the investigation and identifies the informants. You're just not going to get it.
I'd still like to see it. I think, they have really created a very dangerous vacuum here, and so much of this appears now to be unnecessary. And then they're floating this whole, well, there's nuclear secrets in there. Yeah, well, it's like, oh, they take out a warhead from Melania's closet. Right. Andy McCarthy, great to talk to you.
Great to see you, Kennedy.
Thank you, dear.